What were the best Prohibition-era loopholes? Have you ever wondered how people managed to keep drinking during Prohibition in the United States from 1920 to 1933? When the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages were banned, clever loopholes emerged that allowed many to sidestep the law. Let's take a look at some of the most fascinating and unusual ways people continued to enjoy their drinks during this dry era. One of the most interesting loopholes was the religious exemption for sacramental wine. Churches and synagogues could legally purchase and distribute wine for religious ceremonies. This led to a rise in self-proclaimed religious leaders who created fake congregations just to access wine without facing legal issues. It was a bizarre mix of genuine faith and questionable practices. Another notable loophole involved medicinal alcohol prescriptions. Doctors were allowed to prescribe whiskey and other spirits for medicinal purposes. This turned many pharmacies into fronts for bootlegging. Patients could walk in and get medicinal alcohol, which was a common way to legally obtain drinks during Prohibition. Home production of wine and cider was also permitted under the Volstead Act. Individuals could make a limited amount for personal use. This led to a surge in home brewing, with many people crafting their own drinks. Additionally, beverages with very low alcohol content were legal. Many companies produced near beer, which some tried to spike to get a stronger effect. Alcohol was still legally produced for industrial and scientific purposes. However, much of this industrial alcohol was diverted for drinking. Some bootleggers even attempted to make industrial alcohol safe for consumption, which often turned out to be quite dangerous. Before Prohibition began, many wealthy individuals stockpiled large amounts of alcohol. This legal stash allowed them to continue drinking for a while after the ban took effect. Even some presidents reportedly moved their personal supplies to secure locations. Lastly, while not a legal loophole, the rise of speakeasies, secret bars operating illegally, created a vibrant underground market for alcohol. Organized crime syndicates thrived during this time, often bribing law enforcement to turn a blind. These loopholes and oddities highlight how the Prohibition era was filled with creative ways to circumvent the law. From fake religious practices to medicinal prescriptions, many Americans found ways to keep enjoying their favorite drinks despite the nationwide ban. The interplay of federal law and state enforcement made this time one of the most unusual chapters in American legal history.